What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another hunting boot camp. So today, with turkey season quickly approaching, I thought would be the perfect time to talk about preparations that'll hopefully help you bag that turkey on opening day. So the first tip, and this goes without saying, any kind of hunting, deer, turkey, waterfowl, it is very important, and that is simply scouting. Scouting is a very important tool. It doesn't matter what you're hunting, like I just said. For turkeys, what you're scouting for is where they're roosting and where they're going, like their staging areas, their feeding areas. So the roost site, that's where the turkeys are going to be, that's where they go to sleep at. They go up in big tall trees, and then they'll fly down early morning, fly back up about sundown or so. So that's where the turkeys are usually when you're heading out to the woods or wherever you're hunting. So you want to find out where they are and where they're going, so you can set up on one side or the other depending what time of day you're hunting and your terrain and all kinds of other different factors. And I'll be doing a lot more in-depth video on just scouting for turkeys here in a week or so keep an eye out for that. But you can scout for turkey any time of the day, morning or evening. You have better luck to find those roost sites just by listening, or midday you can just drive around and you might get lucky and see them out in a cornfield, bean field, pasture, wherever. Pretty good chance they might be there the next day or at some point. You just got to get out there and scout, see what's out there, and try to find where the turkeys are and where they're going. So the second tip is to pattern your gun or practice with your bow. So archery season's coming up a couple weeks in Nebraska. Shotgun's a little later than that. It doesn't really matter. You want to be able to be accurate with either your shotgun or your bow. So for shotgun, you want to pattern your gun. If you have bought a new choke, a turkey choke, or even you're getting new loads, you want to make sure you know what that pattern is going to be at whatever yardage you're comfortable with, and that's what you think the turkeys are going to come in at. So if you think you're going to get a turkey in at 30 yards, 35 yards, set a target up there. It's going to be as simple as a paper plate or just a piece of paper on a cardboard box with an X or whatever on it, and just see what your pattern is. Where you're aiming, and then where the pattern spreads around that. And that's really all there is to it. But you want to try it for every new shell you get, and if you get a new choke, or you're using a different gun, because guns are going to pattern differently, chokes are going to pattern differently, shells are going to pattern differently. There's a whole bunch of different variables that go into that. So you want to pattern your gun, and also make sure you don't flinch or anything like that. And the same thing goes with archery. You want to be able to shoot consistently at whatever distance you're comfortable with and where you think the turkeys are going to come into. So the third tip is all about calls. Right now is a perfect time to practice your calls. You can watch videos on YouTube, you can watch DVDs or whatever, but now is a perfect time to tune up those calls before opening day. The fourth tip is to get permission now. So if you haven't already, go out and try to get permission, knock on doors wherever you want to hunt, wherever you think there's turkeys, or whether you see them or you can hear them or it just looks like a good spot. Go find those landowners or whoever is farming it and try to get permission now because turkey season, that's the busy time for farmers. They're planting corn, they're planting beans, they're going to be out in the field. Probably don't want to be interrupted by someone knocking on the door. So try to get permission now before they're really busy, and you might also beat someone else out. You never know. Try to lock it down as early as possible. Obviously we're getting pretty close to season, but try to get permission, and then you can go out and do some scouting on it, put boots to the ground. So the fifth tip is check your gear. And by that I mean just make sure everything's maintained, make sure your gun's loaded, your bow's sighted in, make sure you don't have any big cuts or holes in your ground blind or any of your hunting clothes. Maybe you need some stuff that needs replaced for whatever reason, so go do that now. Pack your hunting gear bag now and make a list of everything you're missing. Maybe you're missing face paint or a face mask, or you need some permethrin to put on your clothes to avoid ticks, or your boots aren't waterproof anymore, you need a new pair of boots. Check all that stuff now. Paying attention to those little details now will ensure that you don't forget about them when it's opening day. And the final tip is to simply purchase your permits. Just do it now, get it done ahead of time, and throw them in your gear bag like with all your other supplies like I just said, and that's one less thing to worry about. You're good to go, you're ready for opening day, and you won't get too excited and accidentally forget to buy them, and it could potentially save you a lot of money if you meet a game warden. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave me a thumbs up. Always helps me out. Drop a comment, let me know what your thoughts were. Guys, did I miss anything for turkey hunting prep? Do you guys have anything else? Let me know down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you can stay up to date with the latest videos. We will catch you out there, guys. See ya.